Greetings, fellow songwriters and seekers, and welcome to Muse and Measure. Please take a moment, hit the subscribe button. Today's question comes from Afsia20. She writes, have you ever been afraid to write or faced writer's block? And if so, what did you do to move past it? I often fear that I'm not as good at it as I imagine, or that I'll uncover feelings I'm not ready to face. Excellent, and very deep question. So I've definitely faced writer's block. I've never really been afraid to write. But I certainly can understand that feeling and that worry. Let's first talk about writer's block. Well, if writing is a daily part of your practice and you just are not too judgmental of yourself and you don't have that editor going constantly while you're writing, then writer's block, you can basically wipe it out very easily. Just having a daily practice of just free writing and just letting things flow is very, very important, especially if you're experiencing writer's block where you don't feel like you have anything to say. Just talking in gibberish or writing gibberish is totally fine. So every morning when I have a cup of coffee, I have a little journal there at my breakfast table, and I write a poem, and it's just stream of conscious, whatever pops in my mind. I'm not trying to express anything. I'm not trying to hone it into a great song lyric or lyrical form. I'm just getting it all out. Other times I've just sat at a computer and just say, I'm just going to write nonstop for 10 minutes. Right? Jack Kerouac had this nightly practice where he would sit and type for 3 hours a night. And he typed so fast that he got a lot of words down. I think it was 120 words a minute he typed. And then he would burn it. So it was just this great exercise in getting out all this information and also getting into the flow of being a great improviser, because he loved bebop jazz, so he was definitely modeling his writing after the jazz player's improvisation. And of course, improvisation, it's gone as soon as it comes out, unless it's being recorded. So in that spirit, you can really just take the onus off of what you write, and it will help with the writer's block. So it doesn't matter in what you write. If something great comes along in your writing through this process, then great, you'll recognize it. But if not, it's not important. It's not to be shared with anybody else. You can delete it, or you can just burn it and get rid of it. But just having that daily practice is a great way of getting out of writer's block. As far as being afraid of something that might come up in your writing, this is where the spiritual practice really comes in. And this happens on the meditation cushion too. It's just like, if you're kind of worried about like disturbing thoughts coming up and fearful that they will come up, and so it's preventing you from doing your practice. Well, I think you may have found, I certainly have in my life, that if you have this fear of disturbing thoughts, it's like trying not to think about something is nearly impossible. It's going to come up. But the advice in meditation is that you can just label that as a thought and just see it dissolve and disappear. And instead of trying to avoid it in that disturbing moment, trying to get rid of it, you just see it for what it is, and you can watch it just fade away. And that's also great about writing too, that if you write something and you find it really, really disturbing, but you felt compelled to write it, you don't have to show it to anybody, and you can destroy it. And then you got it out. So those disturbing thoughts or those fears that we have about what might come up when we're in the songwriting process or in any aspect of our life, we can really be freed by the fact of they're just thoughts. They're not really happening, right? This is not a reality. This is just something that our mind is creating in order maybe to predict the future or deal with something that happened in the past and move through it. Okay? So I think it's really valuable process to take care of that. Now, if you're having really disturbing thoughts and you're being haunted by them and it's really destroying your life, then you probably should get some kind of other help, like see a therapist or consult a psychiatrist, because maybe there's something else that's wrong. But if it's just you're worried that, oh, I don't want to write because I might think of something disturbing or something weird might come up that I won't know how to process, well, it's just a thought. It's just some silly little notion. And our mind is coming up with these constant stream of images and associations. And it's kind of adaptive as far as how we evolved, because, you know, our worries come up because we're trying to predict future dangers and how to prepare for them, basically. So by doing this process, we can really just see that that's what's happening and just get some freedom from it. That's not us. We're not bound by those thoughts and those ideas that come up and all those kind of dark things that might come up in our work. And sometimes when they do, they're wonderful. They're wonderful things that should be expressed. And, you know, I was just in Spain and Madrid at the Prado and seeing Goya's black paintings. And he really went to some very, very dark places in those paintings. But by getting them out and on canvas, they became these amazing works of art that really cause us to have these intense feelings and to confront really intense issues. So if you're going through these intense things, by sharing them with other people, not only are you freeing yourself of them, but you're also giving people a chance to experience them and experience them in themselves and also process them too, and become better people and also free of potential torment. Because when things are caught in our mind, that's when the real suffering is happening. When they're out in the world and we've expressed them, then we are free from them. Hopefully. Anyways, I hope that helped. If you have any clarifying questions, please feel free to reach out. My email is down below. It's tyler@musemeasure.com. Until next time, best of luck with all you're dealing with, and especially with the songwriting and meditation process. Take care.